Hi, Cancer. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. This is your reading for the month of November. And the energy and the message that I have for the month of November is, what do you desire? There. I like for you to be able to see the little painting. There you go. It's actually silk. When I used to do my silk work, I mean, maybe I'll do it again. I don't know. Um, is this? Oh, it's on. Good. I'm using my microphone. Um, I don't really know if it makes a difference. What is it you desire? And it's really about going within. And it's like, what would bring me the most joy? What would bring me the most comfort? What would bring me the most security, the most happiness? And it's about asking yourself, and it's different for different people, right? It's different for different people. I still have a little bit of a black eye, but it's much better. I had cataract, my second cataract surgery. And I have to go back on Monday, I think, yeah, to get the stitches removed. I can't really see. So I could see this, but I can't see like reading. And I showed up and I was like, oh, and I wasn't really in the mood. And they were like, oh, you had the wrong day. I was like, oh, right. Anyway, I'm going back Monday. All right. My phone is off and I'm ready. Let's go. Wow. All right. I start with the Hermit and then we go into the five of coins and then the three. It's kind of similar because I've been breaking these up into threes. Sometimes I do all 12, and it's like, it's too extreme, Jeffrey. I can't help myself. So I was like, okay, let me do three, and then I'll do three, and then I'll do three. So you're my first of the second three, but it's been similar for other signs. So the Hermit is really about going within, being with yourself, discovering something, looking for something, being a scholar, leaving no stone unturned, and really allowing one's own light, one's own spirit, one's own soul to guide you, right? I'm looking for my light, and my light will guide me. Okay. And then I have the five of pentacles. And the five of pentacles, first of all, fives are changes. And it could go either way. All the fives can really, really, much more than the other numbers, can really go either way. So here they are out in the cold. They're vagabonds. They're homeless. It's unemployed. La la la. But there's a lot of hope here. There's a lot of, so it's like, if I look deep inside, you know what I get from this card sometimes? It's like, it's time to bring myself in from out from the cold. And what I mean by that is, sometimes there's pieces and parts of ourselves that we kind of reject, or we kind of, we don't accept, or we're not very kind to. Because, self-love means loving yourself even when you do things that are messed up. Self-love means loving yourself even through, I know I did the wrong thing there. I know I lied. I know whatever it is. Like, can I forgive and love that part of myself? I think that's the key. That's the baseline here. Okay. And then I have the three, another not happy card. But the three of swords is really about, it's like, out of the heartache there's a revelation. That's what it's really about. Out of the heartache there's a revelation, a new creative energy, because it's a three. Three's creative. It's like, well, how can I do better? How can I change things? How can I look at it in a different manner? How can I, because, like, let's say, you had a friendship and, it went awry. They think differently, you think differently, whatever it is. You had a misunderstanding, but you don't have to throw away the baby with the bathwater. You know, you had that experience and that interaction for a reason. So it's like, well, how can I make that work for me? Right? How can I, the experiences I had there, how can I make those, because, you know, every relationship is like a mixed bag. There's good things and there's not such good things. And sometimes the bad things, you know, outweigh the good ones, but it doesn't mean that there wasn't good there. So I feel like there's this new perspective, because fives are also perspective, about how to look at it, right? How can I bring in this part or piece of myself that needs nourishing? Yeah. And learn something new. Learn something new. See it as an opportunity, because this is really about an opportunity. I did window display for a very long time, you know, like mannequins and stuff, and interior too. And I worked for the guy for a really long time. And on and off, you know, like 1 day a week, 2 days a week, whatever it was, sometimes more. And there were parts of that job that I really hated and that I really felt like I was being taken advantage of, right? But then there were other parts of the job. It's like, well, I learned how to like build a lot of things because it's really construction that's pretty. So I really learned a lot. So it's like, and actually through that, I I started making t-shirts then, and I got a client or two out of it. Some of the stores that we were selling, we took a long time to pay, but I got the money. Yeah, a new hope, a new inspiration, a new dream, a new revelation, new revelation. And you know, have confidence. Have confidence. You have the high ground. Because sometimes, you know, we go into a different realm or we try something new or different, and it's a little like scary. It's a little bit like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. Or, you know, the people around you like, oh, you can't do that. And it's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I'm all about, yeah, you can. I'm going to move this so all the cards can be seen. I feel half the readings, it's like I'm just moving the camera. I wish I could figure out how to make it more like split screen. I don't know how to do that. All right. Yeah. You know, this is a really good card. This card again. The thing about her is she relies on herself. She's quite happy in her own little garden. She doesn't need to have company. She doesn't need it. She doesn't even want it. So there's this element of I want to say what I'm hearing is self-reflection, but and that's part of it. But it's also this self-nourishment, self-care, self. It, it's a little bit like I don't know. There's a good metaphor. You know, everybody wears solid colored clothing. It's a weird metaphor, but it's like, but you want to wear flowers and stripes and prints, and people are like, oh well, that's the person who wears the prints all the time. It's like wear your print because it makes you happy. Like do your thing, do your thing. There's a lot of that energy going on. This is a lot of this energy of answering to yourself, not answering to society, not answering to the social mores, not answering to. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of this autonomy. That's the feeling I'm getting. And then I have the lovely Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is really about this is about making peace with yourself, making peace with your soul, healing, self care, self care. And there's this real interior thing going on here. That's what I'm really feeling. It's not about so much, like everyone will say, oh, well, self-care is, I don't know, throwing away everything in your closet that's not necessary. Da, 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 da. And for some people, that's self-care. And for other people, self-care is, I don't know, growing and eating their own food. It's different for different people. It's not, there's no set formula, and it has to fit you. It has to fit you. Otherwise, it's almost like going to the store and buying a size that's not yours and then pretending. It's like, well, this is too big on me, or this is too small on me. It has to fit you. It has to make you feel comfortable. The one thing I like about living in a really big city, I mean, I like a lot of things, but you see some real characters. You see some real characters. There was this guy on the street the other day, like Mr. Workout, and his shorts were like about that big. They were like neon green. I was like, you go on with yourself. It's like, that's how you want to express yourself, then go and express yourself that way. But that's inappropriate. Like, it's his body. He had beautiful legs. Like, yeah, yeah, be the emperor. The emperor is about stability and practicality, being in charge. And he's also the card of Mars. And Mars is all about desire. Mars is all about, I desire, I want, right? That's the impetus that keeps Mars going. I want to conquer this land. Because the thing, Mars is the god of war, but he's also the god of desire. I want this, and so I'm going to take the action to get it. And it's really about owning your own emperorship, your own power, your own stability, your own idea of what makes you feel solid. For some people it's a job, for some people it's a relationship, for some people it's a house, for some people, whatever it is, your body. And it's really about finding out what that is for you to make you more, I don't know, emperor-like, more in charge. Yeah, it is a mysterious path indeed. So you have to follow your intuition. You have to follow your intuition. You're a Cancer, you're good at that. Not a stretch. Yeah, toward expansion. Toward expansion. What used to work, I really like this card. I'm trying to look for numbers. I have two twos. Okay. I always look for three of something. Okay, here he is. This is the past. It was fertile, but it was limited because it had to grow against this wall, right? He can't exactly pull it up, but now he's like, I want it to be bigger. I want to expand into the world, and the world could be the world physically, or it could also be like a different place in your head, a different perspective, a different understanding, a larger, more expansive. He's about expansion and adventure. And he's aware that this was fertile. So maybe he can take these lessons of how to make this fertile, how to make this grow, and take it somewhere else. That's what's going on. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards. Oh, they fit. Yay, hooray. All right. In order to be practical, I have to understand all heartache has a revelation. And there's a way I can change my security and my finances if I look deep within and see the opportunities and receive new information not to be defensive, but to follow my instinct toward adventure and expansion that's full of self-love, healing, and autonomy. Very nice. Very nice reading. You know, it is, so I'm going to start next month, hopefully, doing seasonal readings, which means like I'm going to do something for whatever sign it is that month. And this is Scorpio, right? So it's November, it's Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about going deep within. That's what Scorpio is all about. Going deep within, not being afraid, going into the dark and say, what's in there, right? Scorpio is really about being a detective. It's really about being Marie Curie, right? Being a detective and leaving no stone unturned. Find out what it is. What is it that would really truly make me happy? What is it that would truly make me comfortable? What is it that right? And discovering what that is and then taking the action toward. I offer private readings. I also offer energy clearing, healing. All the information is below. Have a lovely November. Blessings. See you soon. Bye.